So how's everybody's evening going? First of all, let's just start there. Break the ice a little bit.
Same old, same old.
What's the same old, same old? We don't know.
I guess that's fair. That's fair. Oh man. I dug through trash today. That was fun.
What were you in search of?
Recyclables in the trash.
That's exciting, Morgan.
No, sometimes I do waste audits, which are we go to businesses and dig through their trash to find like recyclable stuff that was inappropriately thrown away. So like plastic bottles, cardboard boxes, paper and stuff, and we separate it and we weigh it all by category. And
are you like serious?
Yeah, no, this is it's a sustainability thing because we then make a report that that we send to the company that's like, hey, this is how much of your diversion is of your recyclables are getting diverted into waste, and then we do the reverse where we take trash out of the recycling, and it's like and then we're like, hey, maybe if there's a lot of recyclables in the trash, hey, maybe you need to work on your recycling program or increase your signage or something like that. So I
love how you do that.
Yeah, it's something I do every once in a while for a company. It's just a side gig, but I love sustainability, so it's something I like doing. Actually, it is gross because digging through the trash is gross, but sometimes I find cool stuff like a tea caddy. I found a last time, not this time, but last time I found a little in the box. It was in the box in a bag. Inside a trash bag, and it was a little tea caddy, and now it's in my living room or in my kitchen, and it holds all my tea.
What's a tea caddy?
It holds all your different teas.
It's actually a dance like the Cat Daddy.
Okay.
Okay. What is that? Oh, okay, so it holds like little tea bags.
Yeah. You put like if you got like your mint and your black tea and your Earl Grey and whatever, each one has its own little little pocket.
It's the way I can envision it now is like when you said caddy. So it's like you like a shower caddy.
Yeah.
Like if you're using I don't know, like in college we had the public bathrooms that you had to take all your stuff in.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's like ugh.
Well, I'll tell you what I did today. I did a lot of looking for a location because I'm working on a short. Because we wanted to do it at a park. And the Parks and Recreation lady told me it would basically cost $750. And if they caught us doing it without a permit, it would be 200% of the original price or something like that. So I'm looking for a private location. Private woods. You guys know any private woods? I mean,
filmmaking is always tough like that. Like trying to find locations and stuff. That's one of the hardest part of producing movies is finding the good locations.
Yeah, I did a lot of walking.
I bet I can probably there's a walking trail that's connected to the Bob Calvin trail that's in the back of our apartment. I bet you could use that because we technically work for the apartment complex, so we're just saying, hey, we're doing stuff. I'm like 90% sure you could probably do that there.
That's great.
I'll be texting you, Frank.
Okay.
Yes.
So
we're on locations. Oh, go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
I'm also producing a film, and we're looking for a bookstore. So,
have you contacted the Book Nook or Eagle Eye?
Yeah, Eagle Eye might do it. Eagle Eye is very, very cool.
Okay, I'll see if Eagle Eye. There's a couple we've reached out to that we're in conversations with, but we're going to do location scouting next week, so we'd love to get a couple more.
Yeah, Eagle Eye is local, and they're privately owned. It's a mom and pop shop. They're super cool.
Okay, I'll look.
They're in Decatur.
Yeah, they're right around the corner from my old high school.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
You see now. This is what it is to be a producer. Locations.
I was gonna ask. So is everybody Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was wondering because here I'm in Kansas City.
I'm in Denver.
Yeah, Rick's in Denver.
What?
Yeah, and so because it's different. It's different here because obviously we do location scouting out here for when we're doing short films and things like that, but. There's not as many stipulations by way of having to pay for things, and so a lot of times you can get your
Well,
short's done.
Yeah, Atlanta's like become a lot more. That's become a lot more of a big deal.
Yeah,
Atlanta's been trying to become a big city since the Olympics, and it's kind of like right on the cusp there. But with all the movie stuff that's been starting here in Atlanta, it's become more of a big like they've been taking more notice about it, so it's harder to get away with stuff like that.
Yeah,
believe it.
We're not like California yet. Because like in Los Angeles, you have to have a permit to film in someone's house in your own home. You have to get a permit to film in your own home.
In your own home. How does that work? What would be? I mean, who's monitoring that? Like as far as like,
that's more one of those things where if you get caught, you'll get in more trouble than it's worth a lot of times.
Oh,
than to just fill out the paperwork on the front end.
Oh, I see. Because I'm like, that's wild. If I own this property, how am I getting in trouble for?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how much do you guys know about movie making?
Zero.
My knowledge on movie making is limited. I'm on the acting side out here, but I don't have the knowledge like that. So it's always fun to be able to talk with people like you all that have the knowledge. I learn something new every day. So, yeah.
Is that the connection? The Kansas City? You and Frank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Are you a Chiefs fan?
So, all right. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm enjoying them winning. And I always tell people that because it's not fair to claim a team when there are true fans that used to sit out there when it was like below zero and they would win 2 games in that year, and they said I never would do that. I'm enjoying it and I'm benefiting from the joy of winning right now.
Bro, that makes me like I'll be so annoyed by that because like when I first moved here back in 2017, I think that's the year that Chiefs played the Falcons. And ever since then you see people wearing like Chiefs stuff, and like it's rare that people here are here from Kansas City. So, first couple of years I see people wearing stuff like, are you from Kansas City? Oh, no, it's just a shirt. Or I just like the team. And I'm like, bro, you won with us when we were sucking.
Yeah. So I like to throw that out there because I don't want to act like I've been a fan. I'm not a true fan. As soon as they're bad again, I'll be back in the same position I was in.
Back to hating.
Yeah. I'll be back to the same position. But you know what? I try not to slander that. Even when they were doing bad, I try not to slander them because it's still my hometown.
Yeah.
And so like I always did feel weird because I had friends that would have like I had friends that were Oakland Raiders fans, and I was like, this is the same division, and then they would slander. It's fine to have a team, but you would slander the Chiefs, and it's just like I was a Rams fan growing up. Choose the winner. That's that's where I was at. Choose the winner.
So, but yeah, the reason we wanted to talk with you guys though is because of our, we're making movies right now. We got a new movie coming out, Rewind, my feature film that I directed and wrote, and Rose was one of our producers. Frank actually is the lead and helping us produce film as well, and Kenisha was also one of our leads, and that's a little bit about our little film group here.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
Yeah.
So that way we can dig into your film and learn more about you all. And we're gonna start it off with the what we'll be back for another week of the Rick and Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick, back for another one.
And we have some guests with us today.
A plethora.
You all might remember Frank Oakley, aka Francois.
There you go.
But today he has his team, his cast, his crew. We have actress, producer, say writer, director, Rose Bianco.
Oh yeah, not a writer. I've directed a play, but a couple of plays. But...
2 plays, yeah, at least 2. I've seen both of them.
Below me, I hope that's right. Below me, on everybody's screen, I know on my screen, we have Morgan Szymanski, the writer of the film we're getting ready to talk about today, Rewind. And then to my bottom left, the way I'm looking, we have Kenisha. She's one of the lead actresses in the film Rewind as well. And so we're going to get to know a little bit about you all today. And Morgan, you're the writer. You want to start off on giving everybody just a synopsis of what Rewind is about?
Yeah. So it's this. I'm the writer and the director. I started working on this film back in 2020. I started writing the script. It's gone through a little bit of iteration since it's the original concept, but effectively it's a sci-fi heist film where the main character, played by Frank on this side of me, it has the ability to go back in time. He is a thief, and he uses his abilities to rewind time to kind of like do the perfect heist. And the story is a kind of going back to his roots. He's going back home to Atlanta, where the film is primarily set, and trying to figure out what happened to him in his past. There's a lot of mystery, and he wants to figure out kind of why things have been happening to him the way they've been happening lately. So it's got action. It's got some time winding adventures. If you like Looper or Primer or like stuff like that, that's those are big inspirations for the film. And I like time travel movies and stuff, so I think they're really fun.
I have a question for you. This is a side note. And this is for actually just not for you, for all of you. Speaking of being able to go back in time, if there is a time period that you can go back to, you could spend, what do you say, Rick, an hour?
I'll give them 24 hours.
24 hours. There we go. That's fair. 24 hours in a time period. Where are you going? Why? What do you need to do? Let's start with Morgan.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna pull the I call it the white person answer here, because the 1920s is always such a cool period to me. The great to live in a time where art and culture was such a huge thing. Being able to come up in an area like living through Prohibition and everything, where you got the secret nightclubs and everything. I love that style. I love the Art Deco and everything. So, get out there, be able to meet some amazing writers, artists, painters, who just, started in the 1920s. There's an entire movie called Midnight in Paris that is about a man who accidentallys himself into the 1920s in Paris, and that's like literally, I would love to do that because it's such a fun idea.
Nice. That is an interesting time period. When you look back at like pictures and videos or depictions of that time period, also I like I like the dress or the style of clothing from those time periods.
Everybody loves the flappers and gangsters, man.
Before we keep going, we do want to introduce. We have another guest here with us. That's also a part of the casting of the cast of Rewind. We have Mr. Michael Cole. How are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Joining us.
The question that we posed here is that if you have 24 hours to go back in time to any time period, where are you going? Why, and what do you need to do? Right on the spot.
I would go back 24 hours.
Go back and buy Bitcoin.
Go back 24 hours.
Just 24 hours.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'll at the age I'm getting, Rose, I'm not sure how much I remember anyway. But I would like to see, because I'm looking at, if I go back in time, I want it to change my future time, but I don't want to erase anybody's history. So if I could just go back in my time to just see what it's like to be me for 24 hours, I think I'll be a better me.
Ooh, that's a responsible answer.
Yeah.
It's an old answer.
Self-reflection. I like that.
Man.
Yeah. Anybody want to jump in, or
It's
do I
hard
want
to follow that one? Good God.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, since you
Right now, right.
Jumps in
No.
and leaves.
Rose.
My answer is it's not anything deep or anything like that. But I keep rewinding it since you mentioned it. Rewind. Okay.
Oh my gosh, what a perfect pitch.
It's not about being in a different time frame, because I came up in the 70s and then I guess the 80s, but mainly 70s. And that was the perfect time.
The perfect decade.
It was the perfect decade. I feel sorry for y'all now, is how I feel. What? It's like, it's so hard now. Everything is so difficult. But
wish I could afford a house.
But I go back to, I went to Puerto Rico. I was a teenager, and my aunts and uncles and my mom and they were cooking out on the beach with a big giant pot, rice and beans on the beach, and making, stuff on the right on the beach in front of a rich person's hotel. And we could sneak in and go swimming, and the beach was in front of us, and we were there all day long until nighttime. And it was it's like this image that comes back to me a lot, and it's so happy, and it's so interesting, so wonderful. The ocean is so wonderful, and the environment was so wonderful, and the family environment was so great that I go back to that time a lot, because it was very unique. Because I actually mostly grew up in Chicago, so I just lived in PR for a couple of years, and it was really interesting and very nice, very nice.
Okay. Nice.
And I wouldn't do anything. I would just go back and relive it because it was so great.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Kanisha, you the kid that was sitting in the back of the classroom with your hand down.
I'm like, sure. I think my immediate thought is so sentimental. I think that's just how I think about things. So I would probably go back with loved ones who have gone on. So my dad and my aunt and people that I miss so much. I would just spend another day with them.
Go back to a barbecue. Just go back to
a family event where you're oh, you don't know that that's going to be the last time that you're doing something like that with them. So yeah, I think I would just go back to that time and just spend, one more day. And that sounds kind of sad, but it's also just a joyous thing of just being able to spend that time and cherish it in a way that maybe you didn't cherish it before, just because you didn't know that time would come so soon. So yeah, I think that's what I would do. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that is solid.
Yeah, that tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
I get that. Yeah.
All right, Frank, you got an idea?
Well, since she said that, because I was like, man, I don't want to bring the mood down, but
I know.
I would go back to maybe a few years before my dad passed away, while he was still in decent health, and just spent. I would have found the footage of him performing from back when he was my age, and watched that with him, because that's something I think he would have got a kick out of seeing. The less sad thing I would probably do is just go back to any time that I cringed at myself doing something cringy, like an interaction, and then just make it not cringy. Because the number of times I be going back, I physically cringe sometimes. I think back to something that happened 2 months ago and just be like, why did I say that?
I got the idea for the film was I'm
okay,
man, I could just redo that over. That'd be really cool. That's where I started the concept of the film from, was man, if I could just redo that'd be really cool. And not make myself look like an idiot.
Hey, I promise I did not know that, so that's dope that just tied in like that.
Human experience, obviously.
It's interesting how an idea like that and going back in time, how there's some parallels between everybody's ideas of what they would do when they go back in time. And so it's interesting that, I like that you all were open and honest about that question, even if it was a little tough, it was a little more personal. But yeah, Rick?
Man, I would go back to, I think I would go back to the pirate times. So maybe be a deckhand on a pirate ship for a day when it's low. not a lot of fighting or combat going on. It's kind of peaceful, so just kind of hanging out and see what that would be like for a day.
You were catching scurvy.
I'm sure I am, but seeing what it's all about. That's what it'd be.
That's actually a dope time period. I like that time period too. Yeah. For me, it'd be something probably more recent. If it's for 24 hours, it'd probably be something more recent. We do, I talked to Rick about this. We do it up here. We do our movie nights every Friday with the kids and with the family. So it's my wife and our 2 daughters, and I really do enjoy that. If I can do like just have a day of just that with them, I don't know. I enjoy that because anytime we do it, we do it after everybody's off work, we're off work, we get home, we do that. And then it's just like, that's the most peaceful time of a Friday for me. It's like, I just enjoy that. Just watch my girls sit there and, enjoy a movie. We eat pizza, we might make it at the house. So I think I would like to just go back and do a 24 hours of that or something like that. Yeah.
All right. That's touching.
It's dad. Okay.
That's okay. Being
Nova and Nori.
It's dad life,
Yeah.
Whereas Rick and Morgan want to go back and do dangerous things.
Right. We know we're returning, huh? So
yeah. We only got 24 hours, so might have live dangerously.
That's the thing. You got to live through that then too, huh?
Yeah. All right. So okay. So Morgan, if you see yourself going back to the 1920s, bringing it back to rewind, like what was your vision and your style for the film?
Well, like I kind of mentioned, the whole idea is like, what if I could just redo some things that you've already, that you've already done and do it right. And then, and from there it was like, well, how do I make a story behind that? If you can just, do it right perfectly every time, then where's the tension and all that? So, then the kind of, the jumping off point of the whole film is that it's like, sometimes no matter how many times you get it, you have the opportunity to do it, you still can't get it right. And then how do you live with that? And that's kind of, a bigger ethos of the film and of life, is that like we may get multiple chances to do something and we might mess it up each time. It's like if you play the lottery every day and you keep losing, are you it's like, I get another chance to play the lottery, but are you making any changes? Is anything like actually changing? And that's kind of the funny thing about it, is that Frank's character is on this side of me. Frank's character is kind of caught between this. He wants to live in the past where he can get everything right, but at some point he has to realize that he has to accept that sometimes it's never perfect. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. Yeah. And that's one of the big things about, like filmmaking in general for me, is that I know that it probably will never be perfect, but I can't let that stop me from making the film.
Okay.
We made this budget. We made this movie on like no budget. It was super low budget, and we had a really ambitious goals in the film. I had a bigger crew, or a bigger cast than I've ever had before. We shot for 21 days, and it was so crazy, getting through all of that, but it was worth it in the end. That's the thing on set, is things go wrong and you just gotta roll with the punches, because we can't redo it.
Yeah.
We can do another take, but at the end of the day, you're gonna run out of time.
Yeah. Yep. And that's actually probably a note for somebody. I know it is. I take that personally whenever I hear somebody say something along those lines. Is like, in life things are not going to be perfect, especially like, when you're creating your art. It's not going to be perfect. Like you said, you just got to do it. You adjust along the way. When things go wrong, you got to keep pushing forward and just put it out. So I like it.
I've seen it said that perfectionism is just an excuse for procrastination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can that. I've used that. Yeah, I've used that excuse multiple times, and then
for sure,
you got to get down to the doing. So
it ain't 78 degrees outside, so I can't go outside and run.
Yeah, I can't run today. It's too cold.
Yeah, it's too cold.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, thanks for that. So we have 4 of the cast members here from the film. So what was the process of casting like for the film Rewind?
Yeah, so one of them was really easy to cast. My mother, Rose Bianco, she plays a very integral role. That's kind of a surprise. It's a little bit of a twist character near the middle of the film. But Kenisha I've worked with before. Michael Cole is actually a friend of our family's. He's known us for a little while, and he's an actor and has. I've seen lots of his work done, and it's amazing. Frank was actually the outsider in the group. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that. I really needed to find a strong Black male character who was a really good actor, who was willing to do stunts, because we have stunts in this project. And our casting director, Carol Kaboya, she did an amazing job getting a slew of people lined up. We did lots of we looked through lots of auditions, we did callbacks for I think 3 or 4 different actors, and Frank was a standout. I mean, he really was like the best of the best that we could have gotten. I was so happy, and I mean, there were people that we were looking at that like maybe would have been more prestigious talent or something, but I didn't even want to go after it because I saw Frank and I was like, he gets this project. We talked on the phone and he understood it. He really got the idea of the film, and and he's an amazing team player. He's so good. He's an amazing actor. Honestly, I think he deserves way more credit for his acting chops, because he is so good at playing a range, and it was fantastic. And I mean, casting everybody else who's here was, I knew them, but I also collect the people that I think are good. I'm not going to cast people just because I think, just because I know them. Like I said, I've worked with Kenisha before on multiple projects where I know she's amazing as an actress. And my mom has been doing acting for longer than I've been alive. So I don't even want to insult her by guessing at how long that's been.
So I might have missed that. You're really mother and son?
Yeah.
We didn't open with that, but yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that.
I try not to pull the nepotism thing.
No, hey, look, listen.
I wouldn't have caught it still. I thought it was just a play.
Yeah. No, hey, listen.
That's awesome. My Hispanic family, Hispanic side of the family.
Yeah, he's half Puerto Rican. I tell him he needs to acknowledge that. That's cool. By the way, I just want to say, you see how Frank has that Captain America thing on the wall? Mm-hmm. And Morgan has exactly the same thing. And he took one of these things to his wedding and had it at his wedding. This is why they're like this. They're like
just 2 big nerds. That's all it is at the end of the day.
I was like, hey, I want to make a movie about a superhero who's also a thief in a world without superheroes, and he's like, I'm in.
It's like, I'm gonna give Star-Lord a run for his money. Let's go.
Yeah. What? That's the thing. This guy can make references, and I bounce off him all day.
So I'm curious as to what was the casting process like for each of the actors and actresses, performers. Let's do that. What was it like for you all? As far as from audition to actually getting the role and preparing for the role. Who would like to start?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, it came through like normal, through my agents, through Actors Access. Mm-hmm. And when I saw it and read the breakdown, like I was automatically just like, dude, I have to do this, because like if this is probably the only project that I've done to date that has every single thing in it that I would absolutely want. Mm-hmm. It has comedy, it has drama, it has stunts, good writing, all that stuff, great actors, everything I can want. Like if I can pitch myself as an actor, I'd be like, watch this movie, basically. So this was a huge blessing to be in this and just feed that inner like nerd in me. But yeah, man, did the audition, submitted it, and I was just like, man, I really hope I get this. And then I forgot how long it was before I heard back, but it wasn't like super long. When I found out I got it back, I was like, yo, let's go, man. This is gonna be so fun. I started like just acting as if it was like, Marvel debut or something. So yeah, man, it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I wouldn't change anything.
Nice. Okay.
I can go.
I'd be happy to talk because I can talk all day.
Yeah. Anybody jump in. Yeah.
Should I go?
Well, I'll just tell you. Let me just tell you.
Go
so
for
I can get it out of the way.
Yes.
All right. Because I knew I was going to be in it, so it wasn't like a casting process.
I did kind of write a character in there for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most of my characters are like, smart alecky grandmas. They really are often. So this character's not like that, which I love.
See Cobra Kai. See her in the Cobra Kai TV show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic job as a snarky grandma. Cracks me up. My literally funniest character in the show.
Can I say? Guilty. That's it. I just want to say that.
Tell them about your character.
For me, but as executive producer, I did kind of have to weigh in a little bit on other people's castings. So I saw everybody's auditions.
But tell them about the character, because that's not who you play in this.
Yeah, no. I played a scientist who has the secret to the time travel, and I actually have been looking for Cole because. There's like this.
Don't spoil too much now. Don't.
Problem.
You gotta see the movie.
And I kind of have been looking for him. And when we finally meet, it's just like I know him, he doesn't know me, but I have to kind of explain what's happening, why the glitches are happening, and things like that. So it's just like and there's more, but she's.
It's a character steeped in mystery.
She's serious. She's educated, she speaks English, all the good things.
She does have to speak Spanish a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
all right. Kenisha?
Okay, yeah. So like Morgan said, I've worked with him several times and always had a blast. And him and the crew that he works with are kind of like family, I would say. Like they all hang out. They are just really cool people to be around. So
Howling Warlocks.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So I, anytime Morgan reaches out, I'm always in. Like, just let me know. But he reached out and told me about the movie and about the role, and he sent me the script. He's like, hey, I would love for you to consider this role. Let me know if you're interested. And so I read the script, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love this. This is so cool. So yeah, I just felt so much gratitude that he would reach out to me for it, and getting to work with such amazing actors. I like Rose and Frank. I'm like, yeah, that'd be amazing. And I had never had such a big role in a movie like this. So I also thought it would be like a challenge just to be able to get that experience and get used to just, working that many days and, just all, what all it takes as an actor to sustain in a movie for that many days and whatnot. So, and it was just new challenges that I enjoyed as the character too. But I play Frank's sister, and so it was really fun getting to work with him and build that camaraderie as brother sister and have some really fun scenes. Everyone was just a blast to be around, and
Morgan, they have such good chemistry. They're so fun.
Yeah. Before you guys got on, Rose was praising the chemistry you guys had, true brother and sister.
Yeah. It felt like that too, genuinely. Yeah.
I also kind of wrote the role for Kenisha when I started, because she had been in my last project, the last project that I'd done before I started really writing this one. And I was like, oh, I need a strong female, a strong female character who, it can be, silly and goofy, but also has to crack the whip and take charge, She can goof around, but she takes things seriously. Whereas Cole is a lot more. Frank's character is a lot more kind of silly and flippant about things, because he can just redo things if it doesn't work right. So he's not worried about dying.
YOLO, except for me.
that makes things different when you have an ability to do something like that. Okay.
And Michael, would you like to share?
This is more something that I've shared with Morgan privately.
Exclusive.
I really felt the presence of Bill when Morgan approached me.
That's my father.
Yeah. And I truly loved Bill and worked with him in our plays. Such a gifted soul. And but I very clearly felt his presence. And on the first day of set that I was included on that shoot, I very clearly felt his presence. And I came to Morgan and I said something to him about it. So my reasons were very different, I think, than others. It wasn't so much about the script or the story. It was family, and family was reaching out. And almost that proverbial, even though it was just his presence, it was kind of a rewind, going back to that. And what was lovely with the script, all I had to do was open my mouth. Morgan's writings, I let the script do the heavy lifting for me. And it was just about being in the moment and working with Frank and the others and Morgan and just his process. And I just really felt that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
It's good to have good friends and family,
Yeah,
definitely.
It seems like that when you already have that connection, the chemistry translates to the film, and it seems like it makes the set in general a more inviting place for everyone.
Yes.
As the outsider, I can say that for sure. Like that's definitely 100% true. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that perfectly led us into the next question, because Frank, the outsider of the crew. So I was curious what it was like working on set, and what were some of the challenges you faced with production. And I want to start with you, but I'll open the question up to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, and I know like everybody always says it all the time, and I'm not doubting that when other people say it, it's not genuine, but like, a lot of times people say it feels like family, but it really did feel like family, even though I wasn't like a part of it, like right there on the spot day one, but like everybody is welcome me in. It's kind of like, like, hey, this is my boyfriend, meet my family, meet my boyfriend. That's kind of how it felt. So, and I got love. And then by the end of it, I felt like, I was a part of the family. So
you've been in a couple of projects since, with the team.
Yeah. So like, it's been, I don't know. It's just, it was a really, really great time. And for me, it served as a lot of firsts and a lot of like new experiences. Like this is my first time leading a feature length film. I've been the lead in like short films, but in a feature film, this was my first time doing this. And I really wanted the challenge to be able to, I don't want to say it like this, but I'll say it like this, but like, I wanted to prove to myself that I can do it. But more so, the more important thing was like, what does it feel like to be, serving in this capacity, both like serving the script, serving the people, what does that look like? So my time on set was really, really good. There wasn't really any challenges. And I had that privilege of being removed from most of the challenges because I was the actor, so like if I was, crew, they have to juggle everything. Like I couldn't imagine how difficult that is. But as an actor, I think I was removed from a lot of stuff and protected from a lot of stuff, which, all sets, whether it's independent film, whether it's, network television, streaming, whatever, you're always going to have your hiccups. It's like live theater. Things are always going to happen. You have to work through them. But it wasn't anything outside the ordinary. So yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, so Frank Stone Cold, no challenges. All right,
no challenges. Yeah, I guess it does seem that way. That a lot of if you want to call them the challenges are going to be faced by the crew a lot of times, because there's so much going on behind the scenes that you might not be privy to, and it's for your protection too, because obviously you want your actors to be able to perform at their best ability and not worry about what's going on behind the scenes. Just focus on your job and everybody do it. So I get that.
Also, one other thing too, Kathy, who was like our caterer, my God, that woman, God bless that woman. She is amazing. Just have to throw that out there. That added to the set experience. So she was amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could talk all day about the problems, but I want to hear what the actors
So let's go up to Rose, and then we'll make our way down to Kenisha and then to Michael.
I mean, the actual acting on it was not challenging. It was really great. I had a lot of text, but I just memorized it, and then I was able to deliver it and work with Frank.
I gave her a lot of monologuing.
Yeah, and but it was like, well, it wasn't a problem, because if something's well written and it has a it has a sense, then it's not hard to memorize. But as an executive producer, there are some things that I had to try and help, with the production, including finding a bunch of locations. And one of the things that was important to me, because I love doing costumes, and I've done costumes for theaters in town, because I can't do plays really, non-equity plays, because there's, I book TV and film, and then I have to, it's just a long story. But so I really love costumes. I think it's integral to a show that everything kind of have an idea, that everything kind of have a through line. So I emailed my friend Hollis, who is a professional costumer, and he works on like Doom Patrol and shows like that. I mean, he's a professional costume head. And I said, do you have any like interns or anything that might be interested in getting a credit, who could help us with costumes? Because he goes, so what do you need? You need a costume on set? Do you need a costume designer? I'm like, I guess costume designer. So he said, send me the script, and I'll let you know. So I sent him the script, and I'm like, oh gosh. And he emails me back like the next day saying, this is an awesome script. This is a high concept idea. I love it. I'll do it.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, he did costuming for Blue Beetle, Shazam, Miss Marvel, WandaVision. Like, this guy was serious.
He did our costuming for free because he loves us, I guess. But more importantly, he loved the concept of the film. So, and the script.
I mean, talk about things that went wrong. 4 a.m. of day one of shooting, like 5 hours before we were supposed to be on set, my original costumer sends me an email that says, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. And I'm like, oh. I messaged Frank and I messaged Michael, and I'm like, bring this. Do you have this in your wardrobe? Just bring it to me. And then I like make my makeup person, Ruvoris. I'm just like, can you just keep their costumes from getting wrinkled and just help them? I can't. I need help today.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That sounds,
That's definitely,
that's a haymaker.
Yeah. 5 hours before you need to be on set.
I put my faith in this guy, and then just completely washed away.
But it all worked out in the end, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Nisha, what about you?
Yeah. I think most of mine was just like personal, because I came straight from a play. So I do theater as well. And so I had just finished a run. And so I was going from like 5 shows a week doing that, and then jumped right into the film. So I just had to like let that character like go, and then just like get ready for this, which is like the dream, like as an actor, you want to like work and do that. So I loved that challenge, and it was cool to be able to do theater. And Morgan was so accommodating with that, because I'm like,
you had to be gone for like an entire month. We had to literally like put all your scenes in the beginning and the end.
Yeah. So I was just really just so glad that he was flexible with that and allowed for me to still be able to do my show and be able to do the film, and completely different roles. So it was fun to be able to get to do that. And I mean, as an actor, I didn't have any challenges on set. I feel like working with Frank was so easy, and working with everyone else in the cast was just so natural. So, and I think Morgan and the rest of his crew, May and everyone else, just ran such a great set and comfortable set and fun set. So it makes it so much easier as an actor to do what you need to do. So I didn't have any, challenges really.
Okay.
Michael, what about you?
Nah.
I did have to call him on the first day and was like, do you have a gray suit? And he's like, I got blue.
Blue gray.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, I very vividly remember when I showed up and I could see Morgan was so stressed enough to be shooting anything. Now add what happened with his costumer. But the test for me is, okay, how is this going to go from here for the till we're done shooting at 21 days?
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw was the people that Morgan surrounded himself with on that set, from the talent to the crew, circled the wagons around him. And people who even only knew him a little bit caught that feeling. For Frank, I think we had lots of times to talk and downtime. And, I could see Frank, because I think one of the things I had to, when I did A Black Mafia Family, and the actor who, Da Vinci, who plays Terrence, he's in the same situation you're in, Frank, and doing this. And I just echoed what I said to him, and that was, because you're the lead, you are not the thermometer, you're the thermostat.
Ooh, that's good.
And I said, so remember that everybody, including crew, is looking at you. You set the temperature.
Wow.
And he did. So there's always, Rose knows, she's been on set as much as I have. Even in the biggest budgeted projects I've been in, there's always some weirdness, some strange thing that happens. Somebody gets hurt or something catches on fire. And that's happened when I was doing Teen Wolf. I'm not kidding. The entire trailer that was makeup went up in flames, and I was inside.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yes. And it was insane. And we were 10 feet away from the building of Grady High School, because that's where we were shooting. And so, and they couldn't get a fire truck in because all the trailers had blocked everything. So when Morgan says, "Hey, I've got this really stressful issue," I went, we'll get through it. We'll be fine. You got great people around you. And that was the test. Every single time something didn't happen, or something didn't record, or something didn't go the way it needed to go, the wagons got circled again and again and again until it was done. So that speaks highly of Morgan and who he surrounded himself with.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, it's in being a leader, you have to surround yourself with great people. So yeah, go ahead.
No, I want to shout out the team, the Howling Warlocks team. We started doing this, like making movies in 2018 just for fun. We've grown. Our community of production, like there were 80 people who worked on this film. It was, between the cast and the crew, just everybody involved. We had 2 set dogs, two dogs on camera, and 2 dogs people just brought from home. But it was so amazing, just like getting to work with all these people who, and a lot of them are my friends. They're people who I like to hang out with, but who also, like doing film stuff, or just, or have just a talent for it. One of my friends who I work with a lot, John Fitzpatrick, he's like, "Hey, you got to get Savannah in on script supervisor, because she nitpicks every movie." And I'm like, all right. And then, I'm like, "Hey, Savannah, you want to come do this, try this out?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And she had a great time. She did a great job, and it was such like a crazy thing, just having so many people who were there kicking butt every day. 20 days on set, we had, so many people to wrangle, and it was such a crazy thing. Locations and everything.
Spending a month with people every day, you have to make sure they're people you're enjoying.
Well, and that's the thing. We shot on weekends. All on weekends. So it took 4 months. We started this in September, and we wrapped in December.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah.
We did 3 weeks on and 1 week off, and it was like Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we'd have an off week. I know people got to rest, and some days was just like me, 5 crew, and whoever actor. I remember, I think the smallest day we had was like, it was me and Frank, our other actor, Daniel, the sound guy, my director of photography, and the one AC, Cam Wingo, and one of my co-producers, Kiana. And so there was 7 of us on set. That's probably the smallest set we had, because we were filming outside of an electrical power, not a power plant, but like a transformer.
Substation.
Yeah,
like a substation. And we were filming out there, and it was like kind of in someone's yard, which is how we got away with it. Like, we weren't on the property, we were on the neighbor's property who lives right there. But like, I can't have a whole production crew in somebody's neighborhood and like asks us questions and like slows everything down. You know, we gotta get this scene and move on because we got 2 other scenes to shoot today in different locations. So,
wow.
All right. Yeah, it seemed like a lot of moving pieces. So, what was the biggest lesson that you learned during production?
Trust, I guess, you know, like trust the people that you surround yourself with. I mean, that's kind of, and ironically, that's kind of the lesson that Cole learns on his journey. Frank's character, he learns to trust the people that he's working with, you know, and because that's always been a thing, is that, you know, like I've worked with some people who've been really inconsistent and really flaky, you know, but I trusted my crew because I've been, you know, I worked with them and found all these people, and I think it really ended up being the best possible thing we could have made.
All right.
Yeah. So we want to ask this because you spoke about one, just the casting, getting all of these amazing actors and actresses together, getting the person to do costume and the catering. So what goes into, you know, budgeting and securing finances for a film like this? Like, you know, like if you could talk about that some.
Yeah, I could absolutely talk about this for a while. I mean, the whole movie was self-funded and funded through contributions from just people that we know. You know, you know, we did a Kickstarter to fundraise everything. It was a 30-day Kickstarter, and I was posting every day. You know, every day we had a new clip, a new graphic, a new image, counting down the days to the end of the fundraiser. It was really intensive, and it was just trying. I sent out maybe 500 emails over those 30 days. Well, to be fair, I did a lot of them on the back end and scheduled them to send. I love Google schedule to send, you know, but it's just reaching out to people. I mean, like, hey, I'm working on this project. It means a lot to me. This is what the project is. You know, like, you know, we've known each other for however long, you know, and you're a good friend to me, you know, and it's just, it's not about asking them for money. It's about asking them to share. Maybe you can't, you know, give $5 right now, maybe, you know, maybe, or whatever. But like, if you can share this out, get the word out to people, let them know that this project that we want to do this, that we find the people that we need that can help us, you know. And I had former employers who, you know, just people I worked with who really love my work, and I talked to them and just said, hey, do you mind, you know, like, would you be willing to, you know, like, be a funder, you know, fund the process on this? And they said, yeah, you know, we really believe in what you do. So it's just talking to people that you know and being like, hey, this would mean the world to me, you know, because no movie, I mean, you know, like, I from my understanding, this is a pretty low budget film, probably 10 times bigger than anything I've worked on before, but it's still like, in Hollywood, it's never funded by one person. You know, there's not rich money bags who gives you $500 million to make the next Avengers film. It's a board. It's a group, a collective of people who want to see these movies made. And I think that, I mean, it's going to sound super campy, but like, when you have the passion for the project, have a team who really is passionate about doing it, they see, you know, people see it and they want to see you succeed, I guess.
Because that seems like I'm sorry, go ahead, Rose.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to piggyback on that, and also your previous question, what did it teach you? What lessons learned or whatever?
Lessons learned.
Yeah.
Which is that this is interesting because I agreed to executive produce, not because he's my son, because, you know, I want him to succeed so I can do whatever I can, which is not much, you know, but because over a series of years, they showed me that they are reliable, that they're talented, that they're hardworking, they're wonderful people. And so I said, I'm going to help you get this fundraising thing together. And I learned that we got, what was it, like, Frank, 100, more than 100 people?
It was over 100, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like some people gave $5 and some people gave $500. It's just whatever they can, because they trust us, they believe in us, and so I guess the lesson is, I mean, you don't want to like constantly be shaking down your friends, but sometimes your friends will come through for you, or people who don't know you that well, but they believe in your ability and they think you have talent. They want to help you. Yeah. And that's a real thing. People are out there doing that, so I don't like shaking down people constantly. It's hard because the arts is hard, but I was very, very thrilled, and not just money, but also in kind. One of my best friends gave us a really nice house to work in, and it was amazing for nothing. It was amazing. Wow. She would do that. She would like leave. She and her husband, all right, we're going to go. We'll be back tonight.
They let us keep all their gear in the garage because we had to come back that was the longest location. We had 4 days there. And so we left all of our gear over a week, because we did Saturday, Sunday, and then we left all the gear there and we came back next weekend. We filmed there again.
That's definitely clutch.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Having those resources there to you. Yeah. People willing to support you in that way.
And it's just, shaking hands, meeting people and being friendly, being a friend to people. I'm trying to get the specific numbers for. We sent over 2,000 emails total, and 2,000 individual emails to people, and then we sent what is it? The email blast that we sent out was sent out to over 5,000 people.
Wow,
on our email list. Yeah, and that's like, I talked to my crew and I'm like, hey, give me your whole email list. Give me everyone you ever emailed. Send them it again.
Yeah, that's the legwork, then, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh man, it was crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Well, speaking of what you guys, with the efforts that you had to put in for production and finding funding for the film, what are some ways that maybe our listeners, can help support the film from the comfort of their own homes before it's released?
So that's an easy one. Follow us on social media. We're the Howling Warlocks. All of our stuff is there. Hashtag Rewind Movie. You can find all our posts there. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Check out our website, howlingwarlocksproductions.com. All that stuff. And hopefully, the big thing is we want to be able to let people see this. We want people to be able to see it in a theater near them. So the bigger our audience is, the more they're interested in watching this film, the more film festivals that we can get into. Because if somebody in Arizona, we're here in Georgia, we filmed the whole film in Atlanta. But if somebody in Arizona wants to see the film, we want to get it into an Arizona film festival. And then, hopefully we can get a distribution deal where we can get this on Netflix, and then anyone can watch it on Netflix. That's the hope. We want to get an audience together of people who are interested, because this film is fun. It was great. It was amazing to make. Like Frank said, it's funny. It's got action. It's psychological in a lot of ways. It's got some twists. I think of it as kind of as the Black Ocean's 11.
Okay. There we go. That's context.
Yeah.
And I wrote the script. That's something we haven't really touched on much. But I wrote the script. I wanted the main characters to be Black. It's set in Atlanta. We have a huge Black culture here. It's I like just telling stories that are I like telling minority perspective stories that aren't about the hardships of being a minority.
Yeah.
They're just characters, we want to tell the story of Black Panther, not
Yeah. That's one of the things that drew me to it, because it was just I not that those stories are important, like the struggle stories, but there's an overabundance of them.
Yeah.
And it's just I would I would like to have it equal, where it's just you got those, which those are important, but then you also have these. It's just, I remember I forgot, I'm blanking on the person's name, but I remember them saying it was somebody, you know who it is, Kenisha, because it's your favorite show, Abbott Elementary. Who is the main person's name?
Yes.
Oh,
and I remember she did a round table, And she was just like, man, I just want to be like, why come I just can't be a dinosaur? Like, I don't want to be no black dinosaur. I just want to be a regular ass dinosaur. And I'm like, that. Like, not that there's nothing wrong with being a black dinosaur, but like, can I just be a dinosaur though?
Yeah.
So
That's beautiful that you said that, because I had this conversation with my wife so much when we watch shows. It's just like, you know, especially like for black characters, just like you said, they're always depicted in a way of there's some type of struggle or something like that. Like sometimes, like you said, you just want to just be a character. Can I just be a person? Just be a person. You know what I mean? And Abbott Elementary, strange enough, is actually one of my favorite shows for that reason, because they're just teachers. They are in a community that is a lower income community, but it just depicts it as they're just teachers just trying to make the best of a situation.
That's all teachers, though. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it feel. It doesn't make them feel like there's a spotlight on them where it's like, oh, they're unique because they're the only people that are going through this. It's like, like you said, all teachers are going through this. It's just, you know, they happen to be black teachers. You know what I mean? So I love that. And so thank you for that.
I was gonna add, I mean, I love Abbott Elementary. It's one of my favorite shows. I also really like comedy, so you know. So I was just really excited to see a show like that and depicted in a way that has characters that relate to. You know, I think the same with Issa Rae and Insecure. You know, I was like, well, these are actual characters that are going through things that I have gone through and depicted in a way that's so relatable. So I think a lot of minorities, you know, seeing someone that looks like you and has gone through similar things and is portrayed in a way that's really honest and real is just always great, right? But you know, for this, it was really fun to do because I think Morgan did a really good job of tying in like the Atlanta culture like as well within the film, which was really fun, and also allowed me and Frank to like add some of our own flavor to it, because there is still like a Black culture, right? Like a part of the films, but we're just being ourselves. You know what I mean? But I remember one line Morgan had the family drinking milk. And me and Frank were like,
Frank ad-libbed one of my favorite lines in the film. White people ain't even doing that.
We were like, how loose can we be with this? Because we don't drinking milk like that. It was just a great moment and just so much fun. Again, like you can see, like we just had a blast doing it, and just having a director like that was just like really fun and just understood and had a vision for the project like that. A very clear vision of what he wanted makes it so much easier, because you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand where you're going. I understand what you want this film to be about, and you have a vision for the characters and how you want it to look and all of that, and it's just you want to be able as an actor to bring that to life as much as possible.
Okay. For each of you, what was something that was just a rewarding part of this film? So what do you feel like you got from this, or maybe that you even gave to it, that you feel like this was a rewarding experience for you? Let's start with Rose. Let's start Michael.
Let's start with Michael. Yeah,
let's start with Michael. Sorry.
I saw a legacy continue, and I'm not just. I mean, Rose knows I can be a goofball. Right?
No, this sounds like
his character gets a little goofy.
It really affected me. I told Moselle, my wife, when I came back from the first day, because I felt the impression. I came up to Morgan and I said, "Bill's proud," and it wasn't just making something up. I was impacted by that, and I like the phrase that Morgan said. We're storytellers, and we are artists, and that includes the crew. Each one fulfills. You know, art is attention to detail. And somebody can do something and they don't pay attention to the detail, and it's not really an art. But then somebody else comes in, does the same thing, but they pay attention to the details and they turn it into an art form. Yeah. And so it was being a part of a group of, and I can say this, Rose would probably say, young people, and being around their energy and Morgan and everyone. But it was just that. The legacy was continuing.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Might be tough to follow up.
Listen, I don't know if y'all have had deep answers to these questions today. And I'm like, woo, okay, all right.
That's what happens when you get 4 actors and me.
I love it. I love it.
I
love it.
Rose, how about you?
Yeah.
Everybody on this screen that I know, I love them very much. I am so, it makes me so proud and happy. You know, I've got like my life, my career, I'm always trying to book. I'm always like, oh my God, I don't have enough auditions. Of course, we have like, we're the crazy actors and we're like, oh my God, it's so slow. So of course I have my own ambitions. But aside from that, my ambition for this is to have recognition for everybody here because they're so wonderful. I think Morgan was showing me, of course, I adore Morgan. Michael, I've known him for over 10 years. We have worked together. He's a wonderful friend. Kenisha, I think I introduced Morgan to Kenisha because I saw her in a play about Latinos in Media put together this like series of little plays. I went to go see it. And the only person I remembered was Kenisha. And Morgan was like, I need an actress. And, you know, can you recommend anybody? I'm like, yes, I can recommend somebody. She's amazing. I just love you so much, Kenisha. You have no idea. I feel like a very maternal, you know, about it all. I want Frank to get a springboard into this kind of role all the time because you are just there for that. It's so perfect for you. And of course, I want Morgan to get some recognition, to get maybe an agent, you know, things like that. So I'm not like, unlike Michael, and we're talking about my husband, by the way, that he felt his presence. I don't have those kind of psychic powers at all. I just hope and pray for success for people because they're so worth it. And so this has been a labor of love for me in every way.
Wow. That's beautiful.
That is.
Yeah. Y'all just one-upping each other on here, huh?
I think the next person's kind of cool to go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, I'll go. Wait, the question was what again?
Oh, what was in it that felt rewarding or something? Yeah.
I mean, so many rewarding moments. I mean, just getting to work on this project alone was rewarding for me. Just getting to play a lead role in this type of film and just doing what we love to do. It's always rewarding.
Yeah.
We're so grateful because it's not always guaranteed with this industry whenever we get the opportunity to play and just do what we love. But I think for me, just finishing this film and feeling really proud about it is just very rewarding. Like watching Morgan, I like working with him with like short films and then this feature, I just want it to do so well, you know, for him because I've just seen his hard work and I've worked with him on the back end too because I produce. So like we've worked together on things. He's just always been so great. I just like want that, you know, I really want him to get that recognition and for the film to do really well, you know, and same with, you know, Rose and Frank, like everyone, I just want it, you know what I mean? And Frank is like one of the hardest working people I've met. He works very, very hard. So I obviously want that too for him and his career. And Rose is like one of the most amazing giving people ever. So I don't know. I just really want it to do well for the people, right? The people that are involved. And when you see how much people put into it and pour into it, and you know that they're really good people, you just want that. And Morgan let me give some editing notes from like some of the first parts, and that was really rewarding for me as well, just because I work on the back end. So getting to watch and just give little notes about things and him trusting different like notes and just different things that I gave him for that. I appreciated that part too. So I got to do a little bit behind the camera a little bit, which was fun for me. So yeah, I think I went all over the place with that, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Basically, I just want it to do well, and I want people to see just the talent that is involved with this project, especially Morgan, because I think just writing a really awesome project and directing, editing, like doing so much for the film would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Oh man, yeah, like I'm gonna try to keep it concise because it's all a bunch of like just stuff swirling up. But I mean, this project truly, and I genuinely mean it too. Like, it truly was a blessing for me. Like, everything from the audition to what we're doing now. Excuse me, where I just, again, with this project being a lot of firsts for me, first time leading something of this length, having this much dialogue, being presented the opportunity to all the fight scenes, which is I love that stuff. Getting the opportunity to produce some stuff on the back end with this, just to get the experience, because I've never done that before, and Morgan was gracious enough to offer that opportunity. You know, the nuggets that Michael would drop, like, this isn't like this is him, like, on set. You know, I'll be coming up to him like, man, I don't know how I felt about this one. I don't know. I'm trying to be honest here or whatever. And he's dropping knowledge and nuggets and just working with everybody and getting to see how people really, really, you know, ride hard for Morgan. And like, and my answer is going all over the place, but like, I remember even coming home literally, and I'm so, I promise I'm being like so genuine. Like, I remember coming home a lot of days and talk to my wife and just like, man, I hope this project puts people on, not just me, but everybody. Because it's when you watch it, when you guys do get a chance to watch it, like, you'll see the passion, you'll see the honesty, you'll see the fun that we're having. Like, it translates so well on screen. Yeah. And like, what you see on screen is so genuine, everything from people's chemistry, from just everything. And I'm so grateful to have this experience and to get in reps. Because like, to Rose's point, I genuinely pray, like, I hope I get a chance to do more stuff like this. Because again, if I can pitch myself as an actor, I'll be like, watch this film, you'll get the whole scope of what I hope to do someday. Yeah. Like, on a more consistent and permanent basis. So yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, I'll round it out at, you know, like, every day, you know, as we got closer to the end of shooting, just, you know, like, saying goodbye to every, you know, actor, like, hey, that's a wrap. That's a wrap on Michael. That's a wrap on Rose. That's a wrap on Kenisha. You know, every time, because, you know, we give everybody a send off. You know, we want to make sure everybody knows that we loved having them on set and having them there. But I think that, like, at the end, the most rewarding moment was, like, you know, we get that last take, Frank, when you're, you know, like, you're on the floor, you're bleeding out, and you know, we get that shot, and we're like, all right, cut. And I go over, I talk to May, my first AD, I love her. I'm like, you get everything? It's like, that's all the shots. I'm like, all right, let me check again. Let me look through the whole script. Get it? That's it. And then we're like, all right, call it. And it's like, that's a wrap. And everybody's just, you know, I mean, like, we had a pretty big crew, you know, like, after 21 days of shooting, everybody was probably exhausted and you know, but like, so many people still came out till the very end and had such an amazing time on set, and just like seeing everybody like so happy that we finished. To be fair, the last day was only a half day. It was an easy day. But it was so just, you know, gratifying to see everybody that had a good time, you know, enjoyed being part of the film.
That's awesome. Yeah, man.
I actually have video of that too, of what that rap moment. I have video of that. I have to send you guys that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up on our Facebook, so you can check it out there. Somewhere. Yeah, look through our old video posts.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have all your guys' links and stuff in the description. So,
yep,
definitely. Yep. All right. I mean, we're kind of coming up on towards the end of the episode, but before that, I want to ask you guys: are there any other projects that you guys have coming up?
I just want to finish this one first.
Yeah.
I just want to release this one so people can see it. And then move on to then we work on the next one, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I have got nothing in the offing. I've got some things coming out. I did a movie with Keanu Reeves. But I don't know when it's coming out. And I did The Sandman, and that'll come out when it comes out. I don't know.
Season 2 Sandman. I'm so excited about that one.
Slight flex. A
little bit.
That's amazing though. That's amazing.
That is.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Congratulations. Sure.
Thank you. just looking for my next job.
Yeah.
Isn't that the case? I do have a project. I'm glad I've not been on a set in a long time because of the strike and then the looming strike this year. And so production picked me up for October and November called The Goose That Laid the Golden Egg. And that's nice. And it's a good role. And it'll be just nice to be back on set again. Being around people and the creative process. Yeah. And so, yeah.
Awesome. For me, I'm getting a chance to do theater again. I haven't done it since moving down here in 2017. There's 2 opportunities I had a chance to. One is coming up this Saturday at the time of this recording. Coming up this Saturday, it's a thing called Camp Magic, and essentially it's like a grief camp for young kids up to like teen, I think. And there's 2 productions. They're doing like a 15-minute stage play for like the teens, and then they're doing like a puppet show for the kids. And my wife, she's a professional puppeteer, so I was just like, oh, we finally get to do something together. And I'm in your world, so you teaching me how to do stuff or whatever. But that's really cool. And then later in October, I have to get the exact dates, but it's like maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks of a run of a show at the Alliance called Rube and Noob. And it won't be at the Alliance Theater, but it'll be at another theater. And it's essentially about the Rube. I'm forgetting his last name, but he's a scientist. And he him and his partner builds this giant machine on how to water a flower. And it's for, theater for the very young, I think is the technical term for it. So, that's it. Those are the 2 things I have coming up. And I'm really excited about them, but nervous because kids are a different audience and they are super present. And if there's something suck, they're going to tell you. They will, so they, you got to be on it. So I'm excited about that.
Great. Okay, so I have an episode of a show coming out in November, I think. It's called Rescue High Surf. I'm sorry. It's on Fox. And then I just got cast in a movie that's going to start in November. I'm really excited about. So yeah, I'm playing a stepmom. So yeah, it'll be a fun role for me. I'm excited to do that and continuing to be involved with the theater community here in Atlanta. I'm really passionate about that as well, and always looking forward to whatever's next. That's kind of our world. So yeah.
You all are inspiring, one, because you all, each of you in your own way, are all attaining your own individual goals, but then you're also aspiring to do more. As Rose had mentioned earlier, she still has her own ambitions, even though we look at all of you's credits and things like that when we do our research, and I'm like, I know I'm looking at them personally. I'm like, man, I would love just to have a fourth of what any of y'all do. You all have been working but it is very inspiring, and we're very grateful that you all chosen, allowed us to be able to interview you all and be able to talk to you, pick your brain about Rewind and get to know you a little bit more too. So
yeah, definitely allowing us to spend the evening with you.
Yeah. But
it was nice.
We like to try to be relaxing.
We had fun here, I think.
Good.
I had fun here.
Man, always a good time.
Yeah. But before we send you off, every episode we like to play a game. And it's
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for it.
It's the
I gotta
Wiki
put my
Game.
good luck hat on.
Rick is going to explain it because he does a way better job than I do. I mess it up. So,
all right. So the Wiki Game is you start at a topic and then you end at a topic, and you start on the starting topics Wikipedia page, and you click links throughout that Wikipedia page to lead you to the ending topic Wikipedia page. So you can only use links traversing through Wikipedia to find yourself at the ending topic.
What do we get if we win? You guys gonna send us a mug?
You know what? Hey, look, we're gonna talk about that as we grow. Yeah. We're gonna start adding prizes to it. Yeah, because right now, Rick and I, we're trying to keep a tally of when we battle each other. Yeah. I think we're tied right now, actually, or you might be up one. I don't know, but I can't remember where we're at. But yeah, that's actually
stickers together or something.
We'll give you a round of applause.
I'll take it. Bragging rights is just as good.
Exactly. Yeah. But Morgan, being the writer and director of this film Rewind and bringing all these people together, we would like you to pick the topic where we're starting.
Oh, okay.
Actually, just pick the start and finish.
Okay. We'll start with the Russo-Japanese War. How about that one?
Oh my God.
Japanese
Okay.
War.
Let me go get my.
Great. Like I should not think about that.
So
Here, I'll put it in the chat. So
I've never heard of the Russo-Japanese War.
It was the war in 1904.
Yeah.
Between Japan and Russia.
This is what the wiki looks like.
All right.
Okay.
Picture, and then it says Russo-Japanese War. If you could see that. Yep.
And what's the ending topic?
You know what? I like, Mom, you said it, and now I thought of it. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Okay. So this is gonna be interesting because I know
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah. All right. So if you're using your phone, you can hold it up.
I'm just using the computer.
That's perfectly fine. We'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
We share my screen.
We trust you all. So I'll hold mine up so you know I'm not cheating. But so we're gonna start here. When everybody's good, give me a thumbs up, and then we'll do a countdown of 3, 2, 1 wiki, and then we'll start. All right, thumbs up.
Okay, wait. So, so what are we doing? What am I doing?
Oh, Rick, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. All right. Michael, do you have Wikipedia pulled up?
Yeah, I got it on my cell phone right here.
Okay. Do you have the Russo-Japanese War Wikipedia pulled up?
RUSO.
Yep. RUSSO. Yep. Japanese War.
So
yeah.
There's a bunch of things, a bunch of links on this thing. So let's say we pick one. We just pick one. Let's say I pick the Pig War, and I click on that, and then I click on something on the next thing, and I click on something on the next thing until we get to Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, you take the hyperlinks. All the hyperlinks.
Like a race.
There is a catch though.
Degrees of separation. Keanu
yes.
Kevin Bacon.
Rick says that all the time.
Yes.
There is a catch though. You cannot go back.
Okay.
You can't swipe back at all. So if you wanna get yourself back to a page that you were on, you have to use the hyperlinks to take you to a page back, but you can't swipe back. So you have to keep pushing forward at all times.
I'm gonna have to do it on my phone because I can only see a tiny bit of it here on the computer.
Okay.
Wiki. Okay. Wait, I'm not ready yet. Oh, bloody hell.
We have to tell how we got it. Like at the end, we like go back and tell. That's so fun. Okay, got it.
The winner.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Thumbs up when everybody's ready. Okay. Michael, you good?
Yeah, so I click like one of them, and it takes me to another Wikipedia page, and I'm going to click something else, and hopefully it will lead me to Keanu.
Yep.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Yep. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wiki.
Okay.
Oh man,
this is gonna be difficult because
trying not to start with like the first links, because it's easy to be like, I'll just start with those.
This should be.
He's Asian.
Actually,
Keanu Reeves is Asian, so.
See, I don't know anything about Keanu Reeves. I know his movies. I know his movies. I don't know anything about him personally.
About him, the person, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's very nice.
He is like the friendliest guy in Hollywood. That's what I have.
He looks like he's really cool. I'm a fan of. I watch every last one of the John Wick movies. I'll tell you that much.
Hey.
I'm a fan.
Hardball.
I'm a fan.
That was
Who's not a fan of Keanu Reeves, really?
Yeah, exactly.
He seems really cool. Like he doesn't.
Keanu Reeves.
He seems like he kind of stays to himself, almost like out of the.
He does.
Michael gave us an answer.
I can tell you.
That's great. I like that.
And Mom, you were in Sandman this season, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Because I love that show. And how is it meeting the lead for that show? Because he seems like a very chill guy, but he's kind of also a little intimidating.
He's really down to earth. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, damn it! I can't go back. All right. Tom, I think his name is Tom. My first thought was, oh my goodness, he's so thin. Oh, poor baby.
What platform is Sandman on?
That's a Netflix show.
Netflix. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I need to go and watch that. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, but we were talking a little bit. He kind of was reading a book and kind of keeping to himself. But I was chatting with him about the upcoming potential SAG strike, and he was saying Oh yeah, if SAG strikes, this show shuts down, even though it's shooting in London, because almost everybody is in SAG, you know. And he goes, I actually normally live in New York, and I mean, he's just like down to earth, nice guy. And he said, I was brilliant.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I clicked on a link that took me to another site.
I've done that.
Other than Wikipedia?
I allow you to click back. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back on that.
Hey, I didn't know that was in a Wikipedia.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
This could take a while, man.
Yeah, thanks, Morgan.
Yeah.
These are the best ones. I like it. The challenge.
I was going for something that wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're so nice, because when we had our interview a while back, I tried to pick completely opposite things that had nothing to do with nothing, just to drag it out. It still lost.
I think it took a while too for that one, if I remember correctly.
I got to get out of war stuff. Everything is war,
nuclear.
war.
That's where I was. Okay.
If I knew.
We can like give up, right? If
we can give up. If we take too long, we'll call it impossible.
Yeah. If we take too long, we'll call it.
See if any of your listeners can get it before, see if they can do it.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I would love to hear that if they did. Because right now I'm like,
Here we are.
Wait, what you mean? Here we are, Rick.
I just found something that
See, I've got behind anime movies. Okay, I'm on anime movies, so I'm
my good wars.
I'm at mass media broadcasting.
You're in something in the industry.
Oh, everyone.
I gotta figure out how to get to because I feel like I'm in the right area.
Can I say that I love the way English people say brilliant? They say it in a way that no American can say it.
Yeah.
How do they say it?
Just it rolls out of their mouth so easily, and for me, it's even a hard word to say, frankly.
Bloody brilliant. Like, oh,
brilliant.
There's some words in the English dictionary that I didn't know I couldn't say because I've never had to say them out loud, and I just but I had to do some voiceover stuff for like a training module, and I got the script, and I actually had to get out there and record it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never said this word out loud, and I felt embarrassed. It took me a couple of times. I got it down, but you just don't know what you don't know about yourself, I guess.
Oh, don't worry. I do a lot of voiceover as well, and I have definitely had to Google right before the session, how do I say this word? Or I say something that I think I've been saying wrong my entire life, and I find out on the session. How do you say that word?
Yeah,
learning experience.
NPR, I can't remember now what they said, but they pronounced a name incorrectly, and I'm one of those psychos. It's like, that's not right. Should I email them and let them know?
I'm going to have to bow out. My son is demanding that I put him on tape for something. He's been waiting for an hour.
Okay.
Okay, Michael.
Bye, Michael.
All right, wait, okay, but
it was nice to meet you.
That's the longest I have ever been on Wikipedia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm getting close. I'm at greatest movies ever made.
I got to films, but
all right. Appreciate your time tonight, Michael.
No, it was a blessing to be here. Thanks for letting me be a bad in there, Morgan.
Absolutely.
I don't get to be a bad very often.
Thank you, Michael.
Bye, Michael.
I'll see you soon, Michael. I hope I get to see
I'm
you
there. I'm there, guys.
Good luck. Good luck with all your endeavors.
I got it.
No.
Who got it? Jordy got it?
Frank got it.
I'm sitting here looking for John Wick. I'm at Johnny, I love you.
I just got there. Yeah.
I'm at greatest movies of all time. I was hoping to find The Matrix in here.
I don't know how, because I got here Queen Liliuokalani, Mormon Beginnings in Samoa, Hawaiian Story. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Frank, what was your route to get there?
All right. So
just go backwards.
All right. So Keanu Reeves, obviously. The Matrix was before that.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to get to.
And then I got to Cinema of the United States.
Okay.
And then film adaptations of Uncle Tom's Cabin. So there you go there.
Okay. Well, all right.
Yeah. And then scrolling up to the top, Uncle Tom's Cabin. And then History of the United States, International Red Cross and Red Crescent Movement. And then the Russo-Japanese War.
Wow.
That was fast.
Yeah, that was really quick.
That was pretty good.
The first page in the like Hollywood page, one or the one before that, those are the ones that I had to scroll a long way because I'm like, all right, let's see what word can get me there. So
yeah.
I just got to it too. Yeah, because I went from Keanu Reeves, The Matrix, science fiction films. Like that's
yeah.
It's the lucky hat, man. I harness the power of the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're a winner.
Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl.
Kind of like being a Cubs fan.
You have some good years. You have some bad years.
And you have some bad years. And you have some more bad years.
You have some more bad years. You're cursed.
Yeah. I was scrolling forever to find John Wick, and I should have went to Matrix.
Yeah,
I wasn't even
thinking for Matrix. Yeah.
You found John Wick though in one of your pages?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I found it too, but it took too long to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I also have to jump. I have another call and I'm late.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And it was nice to meet you. And best of luck in all your future endeavors. And hopefully we get to sit down and chop it up again soon. So
and same to y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. As always. Bye.
Bye.
Or if I can leave. Okay.
All right. So that was the Wiki Game.
Yeah. That was fun.
That's fun. I like that one. I've done that once before.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Well, we're glad that you can join us in the game. So, we like to play that. Yeah. Well, is there anything that you would like to leave our listeners with?
Just check out the Howling Warlocks.
Howling Warlocks.
Yep.
Okay. We'll make sure to have that in our details and
absolutely.
So people know where to find you.
Share the trailer, like the trailer, comment on it. Yeah, man.
And we'll have the trailer in. We'll talk about that. We'll see if we can put the trailer in the.
Yeah.
We'll get that in the link too. Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely. So
well,
all right. Well, like we said, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for spending your evening with us. It was a pleasure learning about Rewind and learning about the production process and your time on set and how everything came together. So truly a blessing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys for having us. This is amazing. So much fun. I love this.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime you have anything that you just want to promote, give us a shout. We're here.
I'll hit you up. Warlocks, we do movies all the time. So
that's awesome. So for you all out there, you all have a job. First of all, you need to go like, share, and subscribe. And then you also need to make sure that you go promote Rewind. Make sure that you go follow Howling Warlocks across all platforms.
Platforms.
Yep. And give them some feedback. Give them a shout. Let them know you're there and supporting.
Absolutely.
As always, that's been another week of the Rick and Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick.
And we're going to catch y'all next week. Peace.
Thank you.